Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Salt Grinder. As you can see, we're not very lucid, but we're here, and we have a good amount of stuff to talk about. But before anything, let's just
The
wake ourselves up a
pandemic's
bit.
9 p.m. is the non-pandemic's 2 a.m. So
Yeah,
we're at the
basically,
equivalent of 2 a.m. right now. Jesus.
yeah, we're the equivalent of somebody who like binged the night to do homework.
We're the equivalent of someone who you should have stopped that.
It's
No,
10 p.m.
That,
already.
that conveyed way more information than anything you'd have said after that.
Oh, I'm still processing. Okay, I woke up like 30 minutes ago or something, and I have like double caffeine injections right now that are going through my system. But let's start pleasant. Let's start small. How is everybody's week? How have you guys been?
You know, I read an interesting expression in Tumblr.
Yes.
Intensely underwhelming.
Why Tumblr? Why is that a thing?
Tumblr likes the wordplays.
Well, I mean, but if it's intensely underwhelming, that's very descriptive. But
It's meant to be paradoxical. Intensely underwhelming.
Tumblr sucks.
oh yeah, okay.
They're bugging me for 2 months, sending me emails telling me they want to give my username to someone else.
Dude, Tumblr is misunderstood. People think it's feminist there. It's not feminists. It's
Isn't it
furry.
just like-
There's a big
yeah,
difference.
It's Tumblr there, and that's enough for me.
Yeah, so Tumblr gets a bad rep, but I've never been. How is it there?
It's a chaotic place. It's a deeply chaotic place, and that's its charm. You have the kids, you have the teenage girls who obsess over celebrities that look ugly if they weren't famous. And then you have the people who are actually intelligent, you have the people who are edgy, you have the people who are politically correct, you have the people who are politically correct, and they're united. And it boggles me. It boggles me. That's why I'm fascinated with that place.
United
even
with
though
what?
even though I'm not there.
Wait, united with what? Sherlock fanfiction?
No, that's one aspect of it. But no, I don't know what it's like India, They're a place of chaos. You don't know what unites these people, but somehow they're together.
Right.
It's definitely an odd thing. Is there another site that does it, or is it just like a Tumblr?
Like
thing?
with Tumblr and the alleged, the social justice and the anti-bullying and respect everyone. I looked up Leafy on Tumblr just to see what Tumblr would say about him. All of them are Leafy fans. It's like, what? Doesn't make sense.
Well, we're Leafy fans on account of the fact he got banned from YouTube.
Oh, he got cancelled?
He got triple striked in one go on his videos on Pokimane. The simp army won.
Of course, all the roads leads to Pokimane.
Is like Pokimane like the Thanos of of the internet at the moment, untouchable and measurable, as the rap battle says.
No, she's death. Thanos just simply simps for her. Thanos is out there and he's snapping people because he wants to get in her pants. It's a very delicate difference, but it matters.
So Thanos in this analogy is a Twitch mod.
No, he's trying to make a donation. He wants to donate half of the earth.
Just instead of a snap, it's a pug.
Okay, yeah, that's actually something I've been meaning to ask. What is this pug thing? I don't.
It's a face people got from some picture of some frame in some video and made a Twitch emote out of it and became popular, just like any Twitch emote.
Yeah, but
So
why do
poggers
it like? Yeah,
is an
okay,
exclamation of joy. It literally, if you were to say poggers, it would be the exact equivalent of saying, I am happy right now.
So
Actually,
why did it become a thing?
Fuck, right now it's internet.
I'll
Why
send a meme.
Pokimane, I think.
I'll
Why is
send a
Pokimane
meme in the general of the Salt Grind Discord, which is definitely not a plug, but
In the description, down below in the doobly-doo, as the YouTubers say.
yeah, I'm gonna send the meme. You guys check it out.
Yeah, send it.
I'm proud of myself because I'm remembering now to put the Discord link on the fucking thing. Let's take a look at this. This is definitely not safe for work.
Is it?
It is. But you would be severely judged if somebody viewed it while you were working.
Oh, he gets away with it because he's a moderator, right? That's
Of
how
course.
Feudalism in the South Grand.
Feudalism.
Oh my god, fuck you. Oh. Yeah, I saw it. I took a while and I'm like, yeah, this is exactly where you use it. Yeah.
So wait. Going back to something else, it's like it's Pokimane. You don't get why she's a thing, right? I think I know why she's a thing. It's because the West has a thing for Arabs, and she's half Moroccan.
I mean, why?
Think about it.
That's Arabic to you?
Dude, she's Moroccan. She's probably some Hushi Bushi. Like, dude, it's the amount of non-Arab tribes there that look Arab and sound Arab. It's like,
Oh no, they're not Arab. They're Berber, right?
yeah, see, something.
Right.
It's always something.
But the West.
Well,
but the West
actually,
don't
we're
know
not
that.
Arab. We're that.
But
Dude,
what links her to all of the world's problems?
Dude,
She
West
speaks French.
Arabia.
It's always
What?
French. She speaks French.
She speaks French. Well, yeah,
All
she's
Moroccan.
Moroccan. That was a French
So
colony,
is
right?
90% of Morocco.
Exactly. Everything connected to France is a problem.
Oh, right. So because it was a French colony, that's what's causing all the distress. Okay, I like this analogy. It's French, therefore it's bad.
So basically, Twitch is a French colony.
Yes. You've heard it here, folks. Okay, that's a conspiracy theory I can get behind.
You know what else is a French colony?
Yes?
Trudeau's ass.
Superhero Trudeau? Okay, I don't know the details on this, Yasha. Yeah, you have to tell me. Like, did he make the thing, or did somebody, like some fangirl,
I
allegedly
don't
make
think
it?
it matters. I don't think it really matters. All of his fangirls are preteen at this point. Like, I'm gonna hold this up on you, Arasan.
Dude, I'll tell you one thing.
I was introduced to Justin Trudeau when you showed me his picture as the handsome prime minister, like 40 years ago.
Dude, in all
40 years ago.
in all fairness, he was kind of cute, but he didn't age well. Even I can admit that. He didn't age well.
I mean, he had a nice...
Dude, you can say anything you want about Macron, but he aged well. Trudeau,
You know what? Macron is all right.
Surprising considering that he would do literally anything for his self-image. Doesn't matter if he commissioned that superhero book or not. I'm sure he is loving it right now.
dude, Trudeau being a superhero, like, I can't wait till they make it into a movie or a show and cast a black character. Oh, sorry, a white character with black face.
Ah, yes.
Low blows, I see.
I know how he got away with it.
He makes it easy.
Dude, he like Trudeau is just like he's like what the media wanted Trump to be.
Which
You know?
actually brings me to a topic I wanted to discuss with you guys.
Yeah.
It's a comment I made to Yasha when he posted that Trudeau thing. But I think now that I think about it, actually, why not discuss it? Which is an example of a good liberal leader, and that would be Jacinda. What's her name of New Zealand?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like, to me, she's everything Trudeau should have been. To me, it's everybody who looked up to
But
Trudeau
notice-
when he first came into office. They wanted him to be what she is.
Right. So wait, I'm not familiar with her. What's she about? Because New
Notice how
Zealand
nobody knows about her. See, Trudeau invested in his world famous of becoming infamy, but the New Zealand Prime Minister didn't.
Like,
Right.
she does stuff that would count as Trudeau stunts, except there's no camera around.
Yeah, so she's the thing who's like, okay, I'm gonna do my thing, I'm gonna do my part in office, then I'm gonna fuck off. I'm gonna help
Yeah.
all like the 70 million sheep in New Zealand. I'm gonna give them the rights. I'm gonna make sure they have equal pay.
Like, basically, it's a fact that you can walk into a supermarket in New Zealand and see her shopping there. Like she actually does communicate with people, and not when cameras are around. And not to mention, New Zealand has 0 cases of COVID-19.
They don't? How?
They just followed instructions.
I think they made new cases again when they opened the airport, but at a certain time they censored it. They had 0 cases. They were the first country to do it.
And a lot of people talk about how New Zealand handled the shooting that happened there in the mosque well. Like, if it happened in the US, people keep saying if it happened in the US, they'd publish his manifesto everywhere, make a scene out of him. And a lot of both conservatives and liberals in the US say that one of the reasons we have a lot of school shootings is because we give the publicity. We give the huge publicity for the shooters and publish their manifestos and everything. So people are like, oh, so I can actually make a statement. When it happened in New Zealand, within hours, they removed his manifesto, they removed everything, and just managed it, like, I think within 4 days, they just managed it well.
Yeah, perfect one. Compared to how, I forgot the name of the incident, the massacre in the 90s, I think, where 2 kids shot up a school. They became images, like heroes to all the soon-to-be school shooters. Like you'll see in recent events, recent school shootings, the perpetrator would cite them as a reason of inspiration. That's because they made them so famous over there.
Right.
In the comments, Gabandi Man is saying the one who wore the hijab after the mosque shooting. No, that was a member of parliament.
Yeah.
She's the prime minister.
Right. So, how would, assuming Trudeau was much like her, how would Canada look like? The Canada prime ministership.
Certainly, we wouldn't see the fact that he got convicted twice for ethics violations and is currently being invested for a 3rd ethics violation, which makes him...
How does he...
If he gets convicted for it, he'd have more ethics violations than all the Canadian prime ministers combined. Because no one ever got more than one.
And one thing I respect about her, she's liberal. She's actually of the Labour Party of New Zealand. But when Trump was elected, she's like, I'm not going to speak about another leader. He's the new leader of the US. We're just going to attempt to work with him. We want to sign a new deal to sell steel and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. So she didn't follow the classic, left thing of smearing anybody who's not them,
Dude,
but
she
instead
was
working with
out
them.
on a talk show. I think Stephen Colbert or something like that. And
Right.
he tried to bait her. What do you think of Trump? What do you think of Trump? She's like, no comment, no comment. He's a world leader, no comment.
Oh, so she's professional. What? That is fresh. That is fresh in our current political climate. Somebody who's just professional. That's actually a fresh take. I'm gonna have to look her up. Can you post her name on the chat so people, anybody who wants to look her up, can look her up?
Sure. I keep forgetting her name. I just know that her first name is Jacinda something. Jacinda Ardern. I'll post it in the thing. Copy, paste.
Hello,
and
Kotek.
hi.
How are you doing?
Yeah, hi, Kotek.
You guys need to lay off the Minecraft server.
No, come on. They're giving it life.
Dude, they need to sleep. I'm concerned for their health. Every
They
time
need to
I
sleep while plagued by phantoms.
like every time I show up into our Minecraft server, I sit down and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna join in for like 30 minutes because I'm just gonna do something while I listen to a video. And every time I do that, it doesn't matter what time of day it is. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. They are there.
Hold on, guys. Do you hear something weird?
Yes,
Listen closely. Do you hear it?
clicking.
No. Ralos not going on a tangent.
Oh,
I really
about
don't have a tangent about politics.
Come on, do it. Come on. We crave
No, I
it.
literally have nothing about like this. You are like, you know, thing is, Trillian's like, hey,
Winding
we're gonna
up.
talk about stuff
You're
you know
winding
about,
up.
and when you start with politics, fuck, great bait there, Trillian. Stuff I obviously know shit about.
I didn't do that. It's how the conversation went. In fact, let's change it up a bit, okay? Let's talk about something.
Let's keep on it. It's on subject. Let's do it, okay?
Let's talk about something less
like, oh,
political.
we're gonna have a participation prize for him. Fuck you.
No,
That's my tangent.
Let's talk about something less political. Netflix's Cuties.
Again, something I also don't know about because I didn't watch it. Fuck you.
Well, get ready for a ride then. Get ready for a ride.
Well, I didn't watch it either. I'm just like admiring the fucking.
I don't even know what is this. Like, what is this word you keep on using? Cuties.
Right. Okay. Who wants to explain? Does anybody want to elaborate?
Okay, to put it in very simple terms, Netflix released a show. Where do I even begin? The whole thing is cringe. Even talking about it is cringe. I feel uncomfortable thinking about it.
Okay, start with the concept story.
It's about kids, like we're thinking 13, 14. And they tried to do the woke move where, strong, independent women. But it came out as like blatant pedobait. Blatant.
All right. I think I researched this the most on account of I stayed up to like 5 a.m. Okay. Essentially, you got this French movie. It was made by this Senegalese woman in France, right? And the plot is as follows: you got this girl named Amy, Senegalese Muslim French chick, right? She's 11, by the way.
Chick, to put it loosely.
To put it loosely, like chick with a minor letters.
Right.
Chiquita.
She's inspired. She really wants to join this dance competition, twerking dance competition for minors. But her evil, traditional, conservative mother, those evil Muslims, man, she would like not let her. But instead, she steals her mom's money and joins the twerking team. And it's a coming of age story, guys. It's about discovering yourself and being yourself.
Where 11-year-olds are dressed like skanks and dance in front of a Netflix audience.
I'm not sure of this statistic. I read it somewhere. I didn't verify it, but I think 650 auditions over 6 months went on for this movie. Auditions for the girls' parts.
Right.
Okay, but what is it? Is it supposed to be like a funny series? But
no, it's supposed to be a woke movie.
It's supposed to be empowering.
Women empowering.
No, that doesn't tell me shit. Okay, it could be empowering, but comedy. I need to know, like, is it comedy? Is it like comedy, but we're exploring dark things?
Like, okay, what's the category here? Is it like a slice of life?
I think
again, that fucking doesn't tell me anything.
A slice of felony.
No, here's the thing. I was curious and I wanted to click on the movie. I wanted to see it, but I'm afraid if I click on it, I get put on a list.
Yeah. I think you get put on a list if you like it. But there's like well over 6 million views on the trailer and like over 1 million dislikes.
Gabandi man saying it's a coming of age movie.
Again, that's just what the okay. Look. It can become when you watch it. What emotions do you think the directors want you to feel? Were you supposed to laugh and go like, "Oh, you know what? That really hurts my heart."
They're supposed to go. This is a good metaphor for our society.
Right.
Oh my god, why is this question so
hard? They can get away with it.
Allegedly, the French director. This is like her first movie or her first international movie.
Of course, it is.
Her intention is to highlight the situation and the culture that puts these girls in this situation today by shock value or by showing you how easy it is to get in those positions. That's what people say the intention was.
So the intention is to make people like not do it by showing it, much like you want to, you make a series on serial killers to see how psychopaths are made. Say.
I mean, I kind of get the idea of what they were going for, but I would like to first state I'm just laughing on the inside that a French woman is making a movie on Moroccans, and I'm like, and telling their story. I feel like I've heard that somewhere before. That exact.
No, she's Senegalese and she's making a story about Senegalese.
No,
wait.
okay.
I thought you said she was French.
No, it's a French movie.
Oh, okay. She's the director. Isn't? I thought you said she was French, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
That's
I assume she lives in France and the setting is France. Yeah.
Yeah, it's immigrant French, guys.
Right.
Oh, okay,
Well-
okay. So, okay, that makes sense.
But okay. Now that we've established the plot of our current discussion, I do. And hello, Mahmoud. It's been a while since I've seen you in the comments. I want to take the side of Netflix on this one. I think people are not giving Netflix the benefit of the doubt here, personally. And
Netflix is only doing what the people asked.
no, hear me out. Before the guns are pointed at me, hear me out. Okay? It's very simple. 30 episodes ago on the Soul
Let
Grinder.
the bitch twerk.
No, wait, no. Before anything, when the recent
Twerk for the patriarchy.
when Black Mirror, the 4th season, came out with like 3 episodes or something, and it was the wokest shit in existence. I remember when I showed up here and with Louis and a bunch of people, and I trashed Netflix for basically stopping being the escape where creativity in the movie theater comes to breathe to becoming just another Hollywood. But a week later, 2 comedy specials came out. Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle, basically trashing everything about like the modern society, right? Which made me think, okay, maybe Netflix is not intentionally wanting to push anything. It's mostly Netflix being Netflix. If you come to them and tell them, I want to make a movie about hand sanitizers, and then it escalates, right? Splash, and it escalates to like greenlit. How much is your required budget? I think it's mostly that. So you don't blame Netflix for facilitating it. You blame the people who are reacting are produce the shit. But here's the thing. I think it's not like an intentional, like a lot of people, it's like, this is a plot by the oligarchs to promote pedophilia. Now the pedophilia island has been taken care of. We need to normalize it. I'm like, I don't think it's that. I think it's just a bunch of people doing a lot of bad moves, right?
On South Park, they actually did a parody of Netflix, and like when you call them, they're like, hello, you're greenlit. This is Netflix. What's your idea? Like, as you answer the phone, they tell you you're greenlit. Like they're joking about how they will literally, you answer the phone and you're already accepted. Please tell us what the hell you're actually calling about.
It's pretty much that. It's like a salesman. It's like you're grabbing somebody who put like a slightly pedo toy, let's say, on their store, and they're like, everything wrong in society is because of you, type of thing, because they put the toy there because they thought it will sell. That's how I view Netflix.
In all fairness, not only is that the case, but there's also 2 factors, which are the timing and the context, which I think also screwed them over pretty much. The first one is the timing, and by timing I mean the Jeffrey Epstein thing is still hot.
Yeah,
You know
who the
that.
fuck was that guy? Because I still don't know.
Oh God,
Pedo Island.
Pedoile.
He definitely killed himself.
I literally know nothing. So please tell.
So he got caught, you know, for Pedo Island, which is an
Well,
island.
let me
Okay,
give let me
fine.
give more context.
Go
So
ahead. Go ahead.
Jeffrey Epstein is basically a businessman. He's rich. He got caught before for pedophilia shit, but then he got caught again, and the second time is basically when hell broke loose. You know, the cat got out of the bag. He has an island where basically celebrities get on it, and he basically has people who are age challenged, to put it mildly, are there. And he literally has a plane called the Lolita Express. And a lot of people were on his list. They threw him in jail. They put him on suicide watch. They deliberately removed suicide watch. And then he died, committed suicide, and there is no footage. And the guards weren't there that day. So the meme became Epstein didn't kill himself, basically cover up. And the liberals saying Trump did it because Trump was on his island and he was his friend. And the conservatives are saying the Clintons did it because the Clintons were his friends and, you know, have photos with him. And guess what? Both of them knew Jeffrey Epstein. So
You know, it's like that Spider-Man meme where, you know, Spider-Man is pointing at himself and pointing back. It's that's Jeffrey Epstein.
But that is one aspect that I talked about, which is the timing. The second aspect is the context. You know how the liberals have a moral panic regarding social justice? The moral panic that the conservatives are taking is pedophilia. And I'm not saying pedophilia is good. I'm just saying it became a moral panic. As in, if they hate someone, they'd accuse them of being a pedo. The first thing they'll mention is, you know, oh, you're corrupting the kids. So it's bad, but the moral panic. It's like...
It did not become a practical issue of legislation. It became a moral argument that you just point fingers at people to put your moral stake as a higher value. So because I accused you of pedophilia, I'm at a higher moral ground. Yeah.
And not only that, but it became inflamed. It's like an inflammation. It was there. Pedophilia is an inflammation, but now it's getting itchy. It's getting more intense on the conservative side. You know, it became the topic. So the context also. So
let's go back to Trina's topic for a second. I would not sympathize with Netflix at all. I could maybe cut some slack the director who made the movie originally, but the trailer, the poster, the advertisement, the description, you can look it up. They have, if it was truly the creator's intention to give you this shocking demonstration of what society is right now, so you can get disgusted and be more aware of it, that is not what the promotional team for Netflix did. They went full-on pedobait. Full-on pedobait. The poster is just the girls in their like dance outfits, right? So Netflix is not the one that would side with him. As for Arasan's topic, yes, number one, the Jeffrey Epstein situation. Number two, an important thing I think, and this a lot of people made this point, is even if they had good intentions, or they still were trying to showcase the problem of over-sexualizing minors by the act of over-sexualizing minors. Like, these are real people in that movie, and the movie is very it zooms in on it a lot, from the trailer at least. As for how the conservatives panicked about it, sure, but I think everyone's panicking about it at this point, because you get the progressives as well, the left, and they're like, this is a bad representation of what we are trying to push.
Uh-huh.
this is hurting our image, and they're panicking too, and everyone's like,
Yeah,
pedophilia
because
bad.
we totally forgot the video of I don't need a penis to. Yeah, that doesn't exist.
Regardless. I mean, it won an award at Sundance, the movie, and I think the CEO of Sundance Reader got convicted for pedophilia of the sorts.
Of course.
So it doesn't help. But that's about it.
I'm still on the Jeffrey Epstein. Like I'm still amazed that is a real thing, and like I fully believe that is an actual description of what the guy is. And I'm like, what the fuck did I just hear?
Dude, you want to hear the best part of the story?
Oh my god, yes.
Epstein's house, his mansion. So this is his mansion.
Yeah.
Then there's the street, and then Bill Cosby's house.
You're joking.
I'm not.
Oh
It's like it's. I have a feeling Bill Cosby just moved there for easy access. You know.
Yeah, just stress relief. You know, easy access to his therapist. No, here's the thing. When it comes to the Netflix thing, the reason I don't blame Netflix is because Netflix is huge, right? You know, it's not like the same 5 people working on all these trailers, right? And perhaps they made a lot of bad calls. I just want to give them the benefit of the doubt when it comes to them not being like intentionally pushing an agenda specifically. They're just going for what they thought will sell, right?
They did an oopsie.
Yeah, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt as a platform trying to make money instead of them trying to push an agenda, because that's what I've gotten from them over the years. They're just a platform who's trying to have more success and trying to promote that as much as possible. Because just as you have all like the woke, stuff, they also have the over-sexualizing regular stuff that, regular TV is known for. So it's not like they're not taking sides. It's more like everybody's welcome. Conservatives, racists, please, everybody come. Just watch our shit, That, to me, that's what, Netflix is more capitalist than they are agenda-based. And they did an oopsie, by all means, with this movie. Nobody's disagreeing on that. It's just, I don't think it's a part of an elaborate plot to encourage pedophilia. That's what I'm referring to.
It's probably not. Fair enough. But it hits on the growing rhetoric of these big capitalist companies, these titans, don't really have zero connection with the normal human being and are just constantly using political moves to sell you their shit. And as the world becomes more and more political, and everything is political these days, you get these companies that have no foresight on how much of a landmine things like identity politics are. Like, you remember the Pepsi commercial?
Which one?
Kendall Jenner, I think? I don't know. But the one where she's like, is in a protest against the authorities and like, here, Pepsi, and everyone freaked out about it.
I mean, in all fairness, Yasha, what option did they have? Like, they released this movie, and they're under fire, but in an alternative universe where they didn't release the movie. Do you know what the headline would be? Racist Netflix stop brave director from showing a movie about whilst showing racists. Like, I think if they didn't show it, someone out there would sue them. So honestly,
they can certainly have advertised it way better, infinitely better, to where there could be an argument that it's has good intentions and it's just poor execution. But they didn't do that. And honestly, if I was making the calls at Netflix, I'd take the racism thing over it, even with the current situation.
Yeah, then they kick you off of your own company, They did it to Steve Jobs. They did it to everybody. They almost did it to Elon Musk.
Elon Musk will not be kicked off. He's
Elon the Invincible. That's what he is. Fucking Tony Stark.
He doesn't own Tesla. He is Tesla.
The Dude, the fact that the threat exists, and that's the thing people don't get about capitalism. As much as I shit on it more than anybody on the salt grinder, it's a myth that there are people in power, and you have a responsibility. And when I get a company, I'm gonna be amazing, and there is nobody that's free in capitalism. Even the CEO is fucking chained by the fucking boardroom and the fucking investors. Everybody is cuffed by somebody else. There's no master. It's just a bunch of slaves together, like that's why.
Well, everybody except Mark Zuckerberg, with majority stock in his fucking.
Mark Zuckerberg, dude, is China's bitch. You think China is not cuffing him?
Well, everybody answers to somebody.
The only person in the universe who is not being cuffed right now is Vladimir Putin.
And Jeffrey Epstein.
And Jeff.
Dude, people talk about the US and the lobbyists are undermining our democracy. We have the politics and we have these lobbyists that are controlling our democracy. Dude, Russia has lobbyists. They have their own name, the fucking oligarch. But Putin is holding them in his palm. Dude, the fucking president is holding the lobbyists like they're his bitches.
Well, that's usually what I say whenever somebody brings out like a massive conspiracy Illuminati theory. One group that controls everything. I always call to mention, and I've said it before, Ralo, which is that always, if you want to have a healthy conspiracy theory, you have to come with like two assumptions. And assumption one is the world is chaotic, and there are a lot of independent elements flowing into each other, causing something. So if your conspiracy theory is basically there's this one grand group that's trying to control us, we're living in a dystopian George Orwell book where there is this villain called the government, and they are oppressing the people, and we need the social revolution to stop it. It's not a good conspiracy theory. It doesn't lead to anything. It won't reveal to you a truth. You're just trying to impose order onto chaos, right? And this, of course, second part is once you make the conspiracy theory, you don't immediately act on it like an idiot. You just kind of check.
Mahmoud is saying that's checks and balances, mister. Well, yes, that is my point. My point is, like, as much as I shit on capitalism, it's not because of what people say, which is, oh, there are people in power and they're controlling things by money. No, even these people are cuffed. There's checks and balances to everything, including them. Just, a vortex of a mess. It's like, one day more and Les Miserables, Everybody's caught in this. Everybody.
Including you. Dun, 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 dun. Hashtag take responsibility for your life. Hashtag you have all the power. Hashtag Epstein didn't kill himself. Join our Discord. No. Here's the thing. And I want to transition from this, mainly because I think it relates somewhat. Okay? So we got a VR set recently. Okay? And I've been trying out this VR thing, right? And it is as terrifying as I've always predicted, right? And I think if there's one tool that the government will use to impose, like, what do you call it? Docileness and to reduce freedom of thought and reduce your ability to react, it's gonna be VR. Everybody's gonna have a VR set one day, and nobody will be free after. Everybody will be stuck there, like doing God knows what. And we'll all be like, what do you call it? Like it will be the Matrix, where everybody will be like in a simulated reality. Like, do you know the way? All right, going all around the world. Okay, while the big capitalists will be like smoking cigars. We are using them for computing power.
Sorry, virtual cigars.
Of course. They'd be in their like fully printed perfect bodies, right? 3D printed to absolute perfection, Okay, and we're done. It'll be over. We need to burn this technology now.
I mean, what if we're already in it as we speak?
No, shut
In
up.
the
No,
words,
that's beside
the
the point.
words of the great Mbaku. Are you done? Are you done?
But
Your Mad Max Fury Road's theories were better, so stick to those ones.
but those are fun. This is terrifying. This is scaring. It's my little heart. It's like, you know,
Did Issa playing that rhythm game really scare you that much?
Dude, it will become Japan. Okay.
Man, just wait till I get the Wraith, the Oblivion VR, where it's a horror game, except you're the fucking ghosts. Just wait till we get that. We play that.
I think
Yeah.
I think when I saw Asa play that rhythm game, I finally understood what H.P. Lovecraft meant when he said, "And with old age, even death may die." I think I saw that. I can't explain it. I just felt it, you know.
Right. No, it's like, if anything about VR that kind of like made me alarmed is that when I put it on and then I removed it, it felt perfectly normal, and that I guess that's what caught me off guard, right? So
Mahmoud seems to be very interested in Ralo. Keeps mentioning that he's faceless.
yes, it's certainly it's always
what?
you don't have a camera basically.
Oh, yeah, because it's a really shitty camera and I'm playing Dota 2.
Of course you are. Of course you are playing Dota.
No, but
2,
I'm fully in this conversation. Like,
Lovecraft, why?
Lovecraft, why? No, here's the thing.
My ignorance was bliss, Lovecraft.
No, again, the thing is, it felt normal, right? Putting on the thing and just participating in this VR reality and then removing it, didn't feel sick. I didn't feel out of place. You know?
in a way, you could say VR is nothing. It is just a different way of doing something we've always been doing. You could say the equivalent of VR is reading a book or having a chat with a group of friends online.
No, I'll tell you what's the equivalent of Trillion. Trillion is that guy in the Dark Ages where someone shows them an optical illusion and goes, "Burn the witch." It's an optical illusion.
Burn the witch because if she floats, she's made of wood. Let's see if anyone knows what that is about.
Wait, what the fuck?
Who are you?
You don't?
So
Oh my
in the ways of
God.
science.
Idiot!
Okay,
you don't know the
It's
greatest
Monty
witch.
Python. It's Monty Python.
Thank you. Some fucking
Oh, is it
civilized
Monty?
people.
Okay, I'm sorry, I haven't watched all the Monty Pythons.
You've also
I-
never had
and
sex
I
with
feel
girls,
guilty.
but I think it's not beneath you at this point.
What do you mean? Okay, not watching Monty Python equals you're a pedo. Okay, got it.
No, I'm
got
saying
it.
you're not exactly, a kind of human that I trust.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. I apologize for my behavior, and I'll be better. Okay, I'll be better.
Yeah,
I
I bet
won't-
that's what a pedo said. I bet that's what they said as well. Yeah, I'll be better. I won't touch Timmy without his consent.
That's what
Next
Netflix said.
You guys make bad therapists, okay? I'm coming here trying to justify my reasoning, okay? I'm not here for judgment.
He's a victim, guys. Nature
I'm a
made him
victim
this way,
in all this.
society, man.
You have to understand, it's not me, it's you guys. I am morally superior. I eat vegan food, okay? I support the gays.
Two of my friends are the gays.
Yeah, two of my friends are the gays, and one is black too.
On that
I know.
light,
Are they non-binary? Are they
on
non-binary?
that light, I'm gonna reference a meme that was dead but was revived. Should I call you Mister?
All right.
It became a meme now. It's booming again.
Good.
I don't think that thing should die. I think this should be like, your base are belong to us. It should be part of that team.
It's
like
it's a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's Hall of Fame, right? Because here's the thing: I can say anything, and then somebody can post like the other parts, like "Why are you gay?" and it will make perfect sense, right? Everybody will know what it meant. Everybody will laugh. Everybody knows it's a classic. It's like the coffin meme. If the coffin meme dies, I lose hope in humanity.
It's dead. It is dead.
Shut up. Shut
Okay,
up.
Gabandi man. Okay, Ralo. We need to put our differences aside and call up to arms, because Gabandi man said, and I quote, "Monty Python is okay but overrated."
Okay.
Guys, we can declare a crusade right now, live. I think a crusade is coming.
Motherfucker said what? Monty Python is overrated? Okay, look. Let me tell you something. Okay, Gabandi. Child raping motherfucker. You are.
Your dad is whatever, and your mother smells of elderberries.
No, okay. So here's the intelligence. Okay, Monty Python does two things. One, they have their jokes are extremely intelligent and well thought of. Like, okay, the famous line from Monty Python, one of the famous lines from the Holy Grail is, "Your mother is a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries." Most people watch this and are like, okay, that's kind of funny. Here's the level of fucking intelligence behind this joke. Elderberries at that time was a favorite thing to use when mixing in alcoholic beverages to give a taste. Okay, so when he says your father smelled of elderberries, he's saying your father smells like a fucking drunk. Now, when he says your mother was a hamster, hamsters are very virile creatures. So when it's mating season, they fuck a lot. So what they're saying there is that your mother is a hamster, your mother's a fucking whore. Look at the fucking intelligence that not only do they have a movie during King Arthur's time, they even have the fucking stupid insults that are relevant only in that time. Okay? They put effort into that.
You're doing this.
You should know your meme. Is that your channel? Your second channel?
No, guys, everybody pause. If we're gonna defend Monty Python, I'm gonna have to bring my favorite skit. Okay?
The Roman one? That was a good one.
The Life of Brian?
If I hear a giggle,
I don't think a single
when I
joke.
say the name,
Dude.
Dickus. Dickus.
Dude.
What was the wife's name?
Dude, the whole sketch was fucking
Incontinenti.
brilliant.
Yes, buttocks.
Yes.
The whole sketch was brilliant, Bill Burr is great. I give him his dues, but I don't think a single joke in the entirety of comedy will ever top about 11, sir.
Oh my god, that fucking. What was it? The rascal has spirit. What's that? Spirit?
Yeah, he did, sir.
No, spirit, bravado, a touch of daring do.
Yeah, about 11, sir.
Every time it gets me. Dude, Monty Python basically invented comedy as we understand it. They were the fucking progenitors.
And were the first. They were the first for meta comedy. Okay, and you can see it in their early, their first episodes of when they're doing Monty Python on TV. The famous Spanish Inquisition skits where some guys are talking. They're like, "Well, I didn't expect the Spanish Inquisition." And the Spanish Inquisition jumps out.
Yes.
The thing is, that continues throughout the episode. In the episode, they kind of do random skits, and at the end, when the credits are rolling, you see the Spanish. There some lawyers at court who are trying and suing the Spanish Inquisition, and the same people are on a London bus. And like, okay, how much time do we have? It's like, oh, not much time. The credits are rolling, and it's rolling in front of them. Like, come on, quickly, we can make it. And as soon as they make it to the court, the episode closes.
Actually, do you want me to tell you a funny story?
Yeah.
Actually, there was a huge chance that they wouldn't have made Life of Brian, because they gave the script to multiple directors and nobody would fund it. And I'm not sure of the exact details of the story, but basically, the guy who worked on it like he's a friend with John Lennon of the Beatles, and he's nobody's funding it. He's like, send me the script. He read it, and then he's like, I'll fund it. And then he's like, what? Why? Nobody would back this up. He's like, because I want to see the fucking movie. So John Lennon's randomness was the only reason we have Life of Brian.
That is so fitting to the legend of Monty Python that it has to be true.
It's like the story of how the movie came to be is the Monty Python sketch.
Oh my god, yes. I want to see that movie. That's the movie I want to see.
Dude, like saying Monty Python is good. It's like saying Nikola Tesla was alright. He's overrated. He just invented modern electronics. It's like it's alright. Like he didn't make the twisty light bulb. That's how it would be.
Basically,
right?
It's the equivalent of saying, Tolkien is so overrated and cliche, like elves and dragons. So cliche. Everybody does that. It's like it fucking started with it.
Yes, he is literally the forefather of all modern fantasy. You think he's the typical thing? Everyone else is typical of him, but
Ralo, I'll tell you a story or a question since you like role playing. So we know of elves, we know of fairies. Question: what mythology in Europe do orcs come from?
No, orcs they come from that's a Tolkien concept because
orcs are a complete invention of Tolkien.
Yep. Without Tolkien, you wouldn't have orcs. They literally would not.
It is so embedded in popular culture. People think it's a mythological creature.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pause everyone. Okay, because I've watched a video on this.
He made orcs because the goblins were like so weak, so he wanted to make like a mega goblin. So he made an orc.
The actual backstory of orcs in Lord of the Rings is so fucking dark. Like, can I just tell you what the actual origin story of orcs?
By all means.
So in the short version, everyone knows Sauron is a big evil guy with the armor, right? And the mace, and he just, swings at everyone. Okay, so here's the concept. There's the army is dark, fighting elves and all their light shit and everything. Okay, and eventually Sauron, and this is like higher up because he's not even the biggest bad. He's like the lieutenant of. Okay,
they go to Markov or something like that.
Gorgoroth. But anyway, the main point is they go to a new continent. They're like, hey, okay, this is pretty nice. Let's claim this shit for ourselves and make a new evil empire. The elves are like, hey, fuck you guys. We were fighting over here. Don't run away. So they chase them over. And the evil guys are like, hey, we need an army. Can you grab a few elves? They capture a few elves. And here's how it gets really dark. They torture them, both body and soul and mind, to such a degree, you could say that they biologically changed and became orcs. Orcs or elves were tortured so badly, they became another race whose only thoughts in existence is to fucking kill, rape, and ravage everything. That's how badly they were tortured.
Okay, Ralo. How can I say this? How do I know that you're secretly a very innocent soul? Is when your idea of dark is Tokyo Ghoul. That's how I know that you're secretly an innocent soul.
Okay, firstly, maybe Tokyo Ghoul. Maybe Tokyo Ghoul got it from Tolkien. You ever think of that?
The fact you think it's dark and not fucking just emo.
No, of course that dark. No, you're thinking. Okay, just honestly think about it. Like, if you understand elves and where they come from, you understand like that's fucking evil. It's so evil. It literally doesn't even make sense.
You probably cried in the first Harry Potter when Voldemort killed the unicorn to drink his blood.
Wait, that's a thing? What? That doesn't happen. Oh my god, you're right. Oh, I forgot about that.
You're bringing back repressed memories, Arasan.
Man, I haven't watched the first movie since I first watched the first movie. Oh my god, that was so long ago.
No, because the whole thing behind them is that, they're pure creatures, they shouldn't be default, and the fact you
Okay,
didn't
firstly,
check-
look.
if you
Eating a
only knew
unicorn-
what unicorns are,
Look.
you'd know why it's dark.
Eating a unicorn is one thing, but capturing a race of people and turning them into another whole race that's hell bent on evil is a very poetic and dark thing. Okay, you have to understand.
Taking a pure race and turning them black is evil.
I feel like you lost. I feel like you guys
It
don't understand
almost
that
sounds
Tolkien,
like
even though you're
it's a
promoting.
genocide. I wonder what genocides are. And what
Well,
the
no,
importance of
technically-
culture is.
No, technically that'd be the reverse of a genocide. That
What?
they're keeping them alive. Though. See,
Whoa.
that's the thing. They're not actually killing them off. They're keeping them alive.
No, okay.
It's
I have
worse
to make
than
a
a genocide.
distinction. I have to make a
I
distinction
think,
between
I think
Arasan's-
Genghis Khan already created a new race.
No,
So
no.
what?
Here's the thing.
No, I didn't hear that last point by Arasan.
I think
Proceed.
Genghis Khan already created a new race.
Okay, focus.
Okay.
It's like, oh my god, it's so dark. They literally morphed. Have you seen pugs?
No, that's no. I don't think. Okay, I understand it's a stream, but like I don't think you're understanding the spirit of Tolkien and what he was going for, or you just don't give a shit. I'm going with the second one.
No. Okay, let me make a distinction. Let me make a distinction between Arasan's view of horror and your view of horror, Ralo, from this conversation.
No.
Right.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Go ahead.
From everything I know about you, Ralo, to you, what is the darkest is the concept of defilement. Right?
Yeah.
You find that as a horrifying and appalling thing. So it makes sense why the idea of turning elves into orcs via basically defiling them, possibly raping them on multiple levels, would change them and morph them permanently into a scarred version of themselves. Arasan's view of horror is cosmic.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Okay, what would you find as equal, like the same way Ralo would consider as horrifying and dark? What would you consider as horrifying or dark? Let's put it that way.
Of course, yeah, I do like cosmic horror, and I find a lot of inspiration in it. But it's not a human horror. To me, the human horror that I'd consider at the top is indignity and humiliation. The more you can find creative ways to humiliate someone, to me, that is way more powerful than defiling them.
Oh, then we're kind of in the same camp of thought,
No.
We're on opposite sides though. But
Yeah,
Horror
yeah.
for Darkrai, seafood can't eat. Yes. That is terrifying. But proceed, I'm sorry.
No, it's like think of it this way. To me, I'd consider not the ideal, but a slight more horror is that if the elves changed by licking the dirt off the feet of those the people who subjugated them, turning them into people who are all hungry for that and keep doing it. So it needs a hint of humiliation. It needs a hint of I like the Viking. They had style, like they, basically gather all the men and then rape the women and then pluck their eyes so it's the last thing they ever saw. It needs a hint of humiliation. That's how you break a spirit. Like when you victimize them, when you torture them, it's easy. Within their mind, they're the victims and you're the villains. You're the torturer. But when
How Soviet of you.
when you humiliate them, you leave a part in them that is the torturer. Like it's tasty. It's tasty. That's how you do it.
okay, fully confirmed. Arasan and me are from the same school of
That's
thought.
why I like Nero Caesar. You need a you need a dash of daring do to it.
Dash of daring do. You have to
Yeah.
say it like that.
We are definitely from the same school of thought. I like this.
Yeah, now that you've pictured it, basically, Ralo, that's what he was perceiving happened to the elves, I assume. That level of destruction.
And you know what's the best type of humiliation horror?
Yeah.
Is when you watch it and half of you is dreading what's happening to the victim, and the other half is excited by the thought of being the perpetrator, and you hate that you're being excited. That's how you play with people.
That's the Jungian shadow, and full play. We're going full Jungian on this shit.
Make people fear themselves. That's how you do it.
Yeah, like it's like a lot of people will take a moral high ground. It's like, oh, I never had thoughts of that. But then why are why are like crime shows and like shows with psychopaths in them like very exciting and people like watching them? It's practically that.
Dude, funny enough,
watching-
I'll give a small example. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you got me on a topic that I'm excited about.
Right.
So the Harry Potter fandom, they basically made an analysis of why, like, how people hate Umbridge way more than Voldemort, and how
Who's
Voldemort, Umbridge, you'll see her in the 5th movie. She's basically
the shitty
yeah,
pink
bitch.
principal
Yeah.
who's a little bitch. Yeah.
She was the embodiment of the word cunt. But people said how like people tried to how can we make Voldemort a more hateable villain? Because right now Umbridge takes that title. How can we make Voldemort do something that is so bad that people would actually, make him more hateable? And the way they did it, like they basically like wrote the entire script of it. It would be at the Battle of Hogwarts, which you already watched, Trillian. Hermione would be there, and she would be confused. And then Voldemort would give a monologue about how she's a mudblood and how she stole the gift of magic from the magic folk. And then he'd actually do the obliviate on her and make her forget everything that she learned while she's at Hogwarts, and basically rob her of the only thing that was working for her, which is her intelligence. And she'd be scared and she'd be like a little girl. And he'd rob her of her intelligence, he'd rob her of her wits, he'd rob her of all her magical knowledge. And then, the rest of the movies, a big part of it would be them reconciliating that and trying to slowly make her like try to remember or try to relearn everything, because you can't go back from an oblivion spell. So, or an obliviate spell. So she'll have to relearn everything and rediscover herself. And that is what would make Voldemort a more hateable villain. That is what we lack. That is what that Tolkien story about Orc lacks.
Did they do that? I don't remember.
What?
Did they do that?
No. That's fan fiction.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. See, J.K. Rowling is a shitty author.
The funny thing is, I don't know why, but maybe it's just like fucking years of therapy that I've been going through. But like,
Right.
I hear that story and I'm like, there was come a time where I'm like, man, I would cry and I'm thinking that's so horrible. But now I'm at a point where I'm like, yeah, that can actually easily be beaten, and that's not. That honestly is literally just a stepping stone that Hermione can cross over. It's so weird. I'm looking at things differently. Like I admit that is still a horrible thing, and if you were aware of it as well and seeing it and like an out-of-body experience, you would like hate Voldemort with all that you have. But amazingly, you could easily get over that and beat that, and it actually wouldn't be that bad anymore. It's weird.
Assumedly, because there's a path back, it's less horrifying.
Well, no, not back. You can't go back.
From an obliviate
But
spell. She'll
you
have to
can-
relearn.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, yeah,
okay, so
but
there
Can't do
is,
that.
in, what you call it? Have you ever seen Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them?
He did.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So, I mean, that's a great movie for many discussions about humanity and masculinity and femininity. But anyway, the main point is, there was the lovable, like, kind of chubby guy who wants to be a baker and kind of falls in love with the
Chick, cool.
wizard. Yeah, the chick. Yeah, okay. And then he gets obliviated and he loses all memory of everything. But then later on, they meet again. Wizardess, I don't know what they're called, which is the witch girl. Okay, meets him again at his bakery shop, and then I think I read on somewhere that like they later got married and moved to England, where like Muggle wizard relationships aren't that frowned upon. So like, and they were in love before they had just met. So that's a great example to show like even fucking Lord Voldemort could erase your memory and take away everything you love. And you
A few corrections.
No. Here's the thing. Let me make the point. Okay. Even with all of that, you still can make it through and have an amazing life. And my main point is, Voldemort will never be as evil as Umbridge. Fuck that bitch. One of the most evilest concepts J.K. Rowling will ever make is that bitch.
While I fully sympathize with your anti-Umbridge sentiments, and I do share. However, I do have to correct a few things. The way J.K. Rowling worked around the whole Jacob Kowalski thing. First of all, it wasn't an Obliviate spell. Otherwise, he wouldn't have came back from it. It was a venom from some jellyfish that basically they made it rain down on the city. And the way that venom works is that it erases bad memories. And in the beginning of the second movie, The Crimes of Grindelwald, Jacob explains it to
Wait. Did you watch the second movie? Because I didn't.
Yeah. No. This is literally one of the opening scenes. Like there's nothing.
Fine.
But he explains to him that, the venom actually only erases bad memories. Turns out I didn't have any bad memories about the magical experience. I was actually happy in it. So it didn't erase that. So, woo, Deus Ex Machina. Also Gabandi Man saying, I don't get it, what is the humiliation cosmic horrors? No, I didn't say there is humiliation cosmic horrors, although H.P. Lovecraft would disagree. He'd say it's the humiliation of realizing that humanity is insignificant, but that's not the point. I like cosmic horror. I love it. I get inspired by it, and humiliation horror. He also said about Stephen King inspired series you have to watch. I actually never read anything about Stephen King, but I do want to read it because I'm doing my horror research, and
Stephen King bores me to death.
Okay, wait, fuck you. You're telling me it doesn't kind of freak you out on some level?
It is so boring.
It actually doesn't. It actually doesn't.
Man, okay, which it?
Both of them.
Okay, wait, no, I'm talking about the old and the new one.
I'm not very vulnerable to existential crises. Like, if it turns out that all our existence is meaningless, I'll be like, well, I still have my video games. Like, to me, I value the pleasures of the here and now over my existential self. Like, if everything is meaningless, then meaning is on that lower level. Then we create.
To me,
I understand the idea behind it. I understand the philosophy behind it, and it is a very effective philosophy. I love it. I personally don't personally. It doesn't horrify me. It doesn't.
No, my problem with cosmic horror is I feel like it's a cheat code. Something that you see that's beyond your comprehension that will turn you insane. I'm like, yeah, but like if I can't imagine it, why should I be scared of it? It's the unknown so terrifying. If I don't know there's a ghost behind that wall, do I become terrified of opening the door? No. It has to be within my level of comprehension. Otherwise, there'd be no point. Again, when we mentioned the idea of defilement and how that's spooky, well, that's something I can imagine. That's something I can relate to. Therefore, it terrifies me because that's an experience I want to avoid. But when somebody says something is so beyond you that the second you are exposed to it, you will be contaminated and your entire world will go. I'm like, well, yeah, until it happens. Like,
that's an oversimplification of H.P. Lovecraft.
Well, I mean, it's pretty. I see your explanation, and I get what you're saying, but I think what it's supposed to play on is because, like, okay, one of humanity's most persistent activity is one, finding cheat codes to life, and two, figuring out what the fuck anything is. Like you see a volcano, people attribute attributes to it and characteristics, and then they form a concept, like there's a god in the mountain and he is angry. Or like we try to find out, with science, we try to understand why the world exists, what it is made of. It is a natural part of a natural part of consciousness is to first gain awareness, then to question, and then to find out what it is. And I think it's playing on that. It's like, it's part of our human nature to find out, hey, what is around us? And then when you get there, you are absolutely terrified. And not only that, you are then told you can't go any further no matter how much you try, you will ultimately fail, and that sucks. If you think about it on small scale, it would be like you playing Minecraft, us playing Minecraft, and then we learn that there is a stage, something beyond the end, okay? A new world in the end, and we can't go there. Why? Because we suck. Wouldn't that suck? Wouldn't we feel like, man, fuck it, like it's so unfair? It's playing on that. That's kind of hard to what's supposed to affect you.
Before Trillion, you attempt to shred them. Let me just provide a little bit more context, because you have very good point, Ralo. So I'm gonna expand on it, which is one aspect that people tend to brush off of H.P. Lovecraft. Like, from the little I read of him, I realized that there is a key element to Lovecraftian horror that people don't talk about it enough, and if they do talk about it, the entire genre would make sense. Yes, the brain of Lovecraftian horror is fear of the unknown. But what is the arm? What is the tool that is being used? Despair. The protagonists of H.P. Lovecraft are always so close to get out of it, and so close to figuring it out, till they reach the end and then realize it was inevitable. So it's a play on despair. It's a play on... It's a mockery of people, of hope. It's a mockery of hope. That you always think you almost got out of it. You almost figured it out. And then realize, guess what? You've been played all along, and despair. So you see people slowly break into despair and slowly lose their hope. So the fear is seeing the process of shredding the hope off of people. People, Lovecraftian, like, to me, Lovecraft would have done so much better if he stopped saying the word madness so much and said the word despair. Because it is there, but people just don't talk about it enough.
That is, yeah, that's another powerful tool. Yeah, I overlooked that. That's a very good point. I like that. So, Trillion, what's your feeble attempt at contributing?
What's your feeble attempt at knocking the fucking king of horror off his throne?
No, it's very simple. I don't find...
Not me, Lovecraft.
Personally, I don't...
I'm arrogant when I make that disclaimer.
Yeah, it caught me off guard. I don't find the fear of the unknown or cause of despair terrifying, because if I'm gonna find what's terrifying to me, it's not looking outwards into a great unknown. It's looking inwards into a forever emptiness.
Do you want to talk about something?
That's just edgy Buddhism, Trillion.
Do you want to open up to us about something? Is something troubling you? Are you sad?
Yes, I want to make a confession. No, it's, again, to me, the exploration of the human mind and the human condition and how it can get corrupted from the inside is very, very spicy compared to exploration of an unknown that causes despair. The reaction towards the outside is something that I do not find terrifying. I find it exhilarating, exciting. But exploring the human condition within ourselves and what that can do to us is something that is more terrifying.
I mean,
to me, like here's the deal. And you like forgive me for shitting on almost everybody here, but to me, existential horror comes from a place of arrogance. It's like, it's like, oh my God, we don't matter. We're empty. The human condition. It's like what Bill Burr said. It's not that you think you don't matter. It's the audacity to be surprised. It's like, I don't matter. Well, you should have you? It's like,
no, it's not that. No, you misunderstand me. It's what happens after that.
Yeah, to me, actually, existential themes fit better in a revolutionary type of story, where our mere existence is a rebellion against the empty world. So actually, our emptiness, like we're standing against our emptiness, because in all fairness, that's kind of like.
Here's the thing. Again. It's very like
to me, the story of humanity is an underdog story. It's not a fall from grace story. If that makes sense.
Here's the thing. to me, it's not the fact that life is meaningless is what's terrifying, or what I find like horrifying. It's how the human condition deteriorates because of it. Now, I don't consider myself a participant in that experiment, but I find that the 1930s were a perfect experiment of that, where the lacking of meaning manifested in trying to realize a utopia on Earth one way or another, and that gave us fascism and communism, right? And what that did, and what that led men to do, to me, that is terrifying, right? Because I can see the thought process. I can see where one thing led to another, and how just things broke apart slowly, and what it caused. It's a very real horror. It's a very quantifiable horror.
Okay. So communists and fascists trying to be mortal gods terrifies you.
The process.
Yeah, like them
falling into it.
Yeah, them reaching, falling down the rabbit hole of trying to be mortal god terrifies you. There are a lot of people out there that idea doesn't terrify them, but excites them.
Well, yeah, that's why I said for me that's what's terrifying.
Lovecraftian horror is meant to terrify those people. That you're all just specks of dust and insignificance, and your dream of being mortal gods. Do you even know what you are? Like Lovecraftian horror is trying to touch on those. So if you think the idea of humans becoming mortal gods being terrifying, then you're already immune to Lovecraftian horror. You're already stared into the void of Lovecraft,
Well, that's precisely my point. That's why I'm saying, it's not that I say Lovecraftian horror is bad, or that it's not horrifying in its own way. I'm saying that that's not the type of horror that would terrify me. This is the type of horror that would terrify me. It's a different flavor.
Actually, I have a thought. What if they're actually all this? Whatever these two things, both your fear and the explanation of cosmic horror, and any other bullshit that we can come up with, we come up with a whole list of things. I just had an idea. They're all actually about the same exact thing. It's all the same subject. Here's my thought.
Okay.
So the most fascinating thing to humans is humans. It's by design we are social creatures. That is why we four people are talking on a Discord. No, Discord. I mean, I'm on Discord, but on a stream, and sharing it to other people. All of medicine is meant about healing people. We form communities. We write books on stories. Lovecraft and his stories are about humans living as people and experience things. And you could say that the Lovecraft horror is exploration of a part of the human condition. Fear, searching out, and then finding madness, redundancy, and Nigger Man, the amazing cat. An experience of and then you, Trillian. I actually kind of was doing something else. I didn't hear what the fuck you said, but that is communism, and your fear of what that could do to people kind of reminds me of people being scared of Hitler because they're seeing the language he used and how that can affect people. It's all technically inspired by the human condition. So we're all technically talking about the same thing, but we're all going through different avenues. We're it's all of us are gathered together, and we were told, hey, go solve what it means to be human. And then we have some people going, hey, let's go Lovecraft. And then some people go no, let's go venture in this way,
Basically, the entirety of fear in general is the epitome of subjectivity. There is no fear without humans. There is no fear without creatures who fear.
Because we
experience all aspects of fear and all analogies of it and all Cthulhu's are all meant to touch something that is within the human condition.
Exactly.
So Cthulhu is meant to be the fear of the unknown, the fear of being in a cruel, uncaring world.
Yep.
That they can wipe you without you even caring about. So the equivalent of Lovecraftian horror in our day and age is the fear of solar flares. We can be building humanity and culture and all of that, and if the sun sneezes, we're gone.
Or better yet, who's
And
going to be
if that
president?
terrifies you, that is Lovecraftian horror.
Or a better example of fear of the unknown is who the fuck is going to be president at the end of the year. I bet a lot of people are scared of that. I don't know what's going to happen there. So you see, yeah, and also to counter the point of like, to counter Lovecraft's concept of like, hey, we are small and insignificant in a universe so grand. I really like the quote by Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm probably going to butcher it, but he's like, people come to me. He says like, people come to me and they say, hey, we're insignificant in the universe that's so big. And I tell them, okay, the most common elements in the universe, in existence, is nitrogen, hydrogen, carbon. Fucking always forget the other one. I think oxygen. Most common elements in the universe, okay? What are the most common elements of the human body? Nitrogen, hydrogen, carbon. So the same fact that people use when they say we are insignificant because we are a small thing is the same fact that we are made of the stuff of the universe. We are not special because we are destined to rule all of existence. We are special because we are a part of something grand and beyond our understanding. We are also the universe.
Yeah,
we are that grand thing.
That was so bullshit, man. Screw that.
No, but it's really
Guys, this stream is sponsored by Ralo's inner innocent self that I keep mentioning.
What inner innocent self, bitch? Fuck you. This is just because I'm giving inspirational things and beautiful sentiments does not mean I can't be dark. I have the same capacity for evil.
Dude. There is no better darkness that stems except out of an innocent person. You kidding?
Oh, I like
it. It is because you're innocent.
Okay, I like that. But I
like your profile picture.
But I take the it's from the Arasan. I mean Trillion might know what this is. But yeah. I try to not be human in anything I do, especially games. So most non-human thing I could pick.
Yeah, you went for the most non-human thing, and you still kept the fedora.
Yeah, no, I gotta have style. I mean, he's got established character, and he has style.
Oh shit!
Oh,
what happened?
Okay. You guys continue. I'm gonna do something.
He's getting a fedora, isn't he? He's getting a fucking. Oh my god!
Oh my god! Civilian went behind the fucking green screen. Why am I hearing noises?
He's stopping.
That's the eggs.
Okay,
oh god!
I said you were masturbating.
Tips fedora. Come on.
Oh right.
Yeah.
That's not a tip. A tip would be Malaysia.
Not a tip.
Oh yeah. Okay. I was trying to be gangster. Hold on. What's the top of this? Oh, here we go. Milady.
Give us cool anime cringy poses.
Does this
I
work?
am an atheist. Welcome to my world.
Trying to hide your man. That's not a pose.
My mind is a maze. Oh, would you get lost today? Actual quote, by the way.
So, what's your next subject?
No. No, here's the thing. To follow up. Besides to follow up, I think the fact that we need to feel special is kind of I think that's. I think we'd benefit from recognizing that nobody's special, and it's just kind of, we can have fun with that instead.
Can we highlight
Actually, I'll give you a Lovecraft quote.
Dark Arcade comments highlight,
please.
Which one?
Oh shit! Wait, why do you have fedora?
I plead the fifth.
Also, why Darkrai Q8? The actual question from why do you look like an Emirati Jew hybrid?
That sounds like it comes from a very, very pained place, and I would like to recommend a therapist.
And also, he's very familiar with the concept,
Dude. Okay, just to seal the deal, so you understand Lovecraftian horror. I think the best way it's summarized is by that quote by H.P. Lovecraft, which is only a cynic can create horror. For behind every masterpiece of the sort must reside a driving demonic force that despises the human race and its illusions and longs to pull them apart to pieces and mock them. And that's the thing.
Did he say that because he was a massive atheist himself?
No, Lovecraftian horror is about, it's a mockery of humans. When you told me about the communists and the fascists and trying to be immortal god, it's a mockery of that. It's a mockery of people thinking they're significant, And keep in mind, Lovecraft was, I think, around the 30s. So imagine that kind of horror in that kind of age,
Yeah, to be honest, the most fun philosophers and creators came on during this period because that would be the period, wouldn't it? Like the Nietzsches and the Jungs, all of these people have saw it, and they're like,
I always make fun of the SJWs, but they never angered me. The one time they really angered me is they wanted to change the Lovecraft Award of Horror, which is an award they give people, which is Lovecraft's bust, because he was a racist. You need to change him, put people of color. Dude, if they do that, I'm gonna book a ticket, go there and fucking riot.
Yeah,
It's because he was a racist that he was brilliant. He wasn't a racist because, we white people are better. He was a racist because he was terrified of everything, including other races. Dude, that guy wrote a short story about an AC killing a guy by freezing him to death. Like, that guy feared everything. And him fearing other races is part of the man that is Howard Phillips Lovecraft. It's part of him. You cannot remove the racist from the man. You cannot remove the racist from the tentacles.
Racism is good here. You heard it here first, folks.
It's the only case where I'll say racism led to something good.
I think someone's knocking on my door. I need to go check.
It was nice knowing you, man. It was nice knowing you.
Okay, guys. Put the fedoras on. Pretend to be fucking cosplayers.
Don't
Quick.
Yasha, when they put you in Canadian prison, just remember, don't drop the maple syrup.
I'm the last one to drop the maple syrup.
It's
You got me on a tangent, dude. This is your fault. You got me. You got me. Where it counts. You pushed me where it counts.
No, again, Lovecraft wise, I fully agree, which is the funny thing, because I always say racism is good. It's when when it's projected and acted upon is when it becomes bad. But I have no issue with people discriminating against each other because that's where the fun is. I don't know about you guys.
Dude. When they say xenophobic and they mean you hate people of other races, that guy put the phobic in xenophobic. That's the beauty of H.P. Lovecraft. It was a phobia.
Yasha, you look very troubled by this. What's your take?
I know, my man H.P. Lovecraft. It's he's the only literature horror genre that I like. The only one I think it's worth the time.
I mean, Gabandi Man says Stephen King, and I did read that he wrote some good shit.
It bores me to death.
You on the spirit of Cuties. Does anybody know how it actually ends?
No. Do people die? Please tell me people die.
No, you know that line in the Epic Rat Battle. Maybe a more PG and a lot less 13.
Yeah.
Basically, they tried to run away from the clown so much, at the end they realized they can't get away from the clown. And
okay, that's
13 years old. And then they realized, and they cut it from the movie, but they realized that he only chases kids. And what's the way to get into an adulthood? So literally the book ends with an orgy. All the kids get in an orgy. And that way they stop being kids. That is the book. This isn't a theory of what happened. This is the book.
Yeah, basically it goes like this: like, okay, monster hunts innocent people. How do you break the innocence? Everybody, pull your dicks out! Pull your dicks out, quick!
Yeah,
Oh,
get the maple
you know,
syrup. Get the maple syrup.
they did that in Robot Chicken. As stupid as Robot Chicken is, but they had good Star Wars sketches. But like in Robot Chicken, there was this one sketch where like everyone's getting killed, and there was the girl nerd and the guy nerd. They're like, no, and they both say, I don't want to die a virgin. And I'm like, wait, this is a horror movie. We're both virgins. And the girl's like, oh god, we got to do this. It's like, yes, exactly. And then the monsters are coming at them. 5 seconds later, they both come out. The girl is crying, and the guy's like, yes, I did it. And the monster's like, oh shit, what do we do now? There's no virgins left. We can't kill them.
Shinji in the comments is saying, I'm scared of Arasan talking right now. Let me guess, it's not what I'm saying, it's my smile as I say it.
Arasan needs to get off the crack, please.
Dude, it's not. It's. I feel so misunderstood.
This is what anthropology does to a person.
Oh,
Dude,
God.
you don't know how true you are. Like our professor told us, like he gave us an example of how anthropologists talk to each other. So he showed us the texts of him and his colleague talking. She's like, "Oh hi, how are you? How are the kids?" And he's like, "Yeah, and nothing much," and all of that. And then she was like, "So I dug up a cemetery lately, and dude, one of the funniest things that ever happened in class. So we have a professor. She's an archaeologist, and she's so innocent. You know, she's all about the students and all of that. And on a moment, the inner archaeologist of her came out. And she's like, one day I went to that cemetery and I dug up like these baby skeletons, and they were so cute with their little mandibles and they were so cute. And she didn't realize what she said, but everybody was laughing. She's like, what did I say? And then she realized what she said. And she's like, oh shit, you know, dude.
No, dude, you need a hint of, you know, that stare in a person's eye where you kind of go like this. Okay, I have to maintain social distancing, and it's not because of Corona. You know, like, you know, it's a look in the eye, a look of excitement over something that you shouldn't be excited about normally, that makes somebody go like, okay, I'm gonna have to go over here now. You understand, right? There needs to be an extra meter between me and you.
Come on, I don't have dead bodies.
No, but here's the thing. No, here's the thing. To me, that's the most fun people to hang out with. I don't know about you guys.
Which
right?
ones? The people running away, or the people who they're running away from?
No, fuck the people running away. They're boring. It's like, I see angelic figures and be like, and I like seeing psychopath movies, and I always sympathize with the bad guy. But when I see a bad guy on the real life, fucking run away like a fucking terrified bitch. No, I don't like these fucking fuckheads. I want somebody who's like, I hate the Jews, and be like, tell me more. You know, like I'm that guy. Right? I need
You're the
to
black
know.
guy who talks to the Ku Klux Klan Grand Dragon. That's who you are.
Yes, I'm that guy. I'm the guy who grooms that bitch into finally breaking down everything he holds dear, and then accepting that everything he knew was wrong, and then becoming friends with the black guy. I'm that guy. That's fun.
You know what thing that concerns me?
Yes.
You know what the quote says, which is, you know, if you know you are mad, you're not mad. But the thing is, I look at myself and I'm like, I'm not mad. I make sense. That's what concerns me. That's what concerns me.
Okay,
I'm like,
look.
wait, was Aristotle correct? What? I legitimate, like, dude, I'm not trying to be edgy. I swear, it actually makes sense. You know,
I understand.
the beauty of it makes sense.
I get it, and like to just to clarify.
Thank you.
Okay. Now here's the thing. Okay. If he had to explain that for people who misunderstand and or idiots, not saying you are either one, you're one of them. So to know that you say it again. Sorry, just refresh. Give me the line. Feed me the line.
someone who knows that they're mad are not mad.
Okay. So so if I give a quote and I say, okay, mothers need to be opened with like giant metal grating claws and ripped open to give birth to their babies because that's the safest way for the baby. And I hear that and I say, yeah, you know what, that makes sense to me because that's my thoughts. And I say, hey, I'm not mad. That's not how it works. What it means is, let me give an example. Let's say you are a child of abuse, okay? And you grow up and you don't learn how to interact with people, okay? Now, you have a certain ability to see things of humans, given that you experience horrible trauma. Trauma gives you gifts, abilities. I almost believe like the superhero logic of like, I jumped into a toxic vat, my parents died, is a symbol, is a metaphorical symbol of people who go through abuse. You go through abuse, and it's a true thing that you gain something out of it. This kind of insight. It's never worth it. It's horrible, but you do get something. Here's the thing. Just having that ability alone is not enough. You then go to therapy. Through therapy, you then are able to look at your life critically, objectively, in a way that you never were able to do before, and understand why those things, okay? So, to put it back into the crazy thing, for someone to say something crazy, but then understand, okay, I'm saying this crazy thing because my father... Wait, what is this?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Nice one. Okay, so you then realize, okay, I'm saying this crazy thing about women because my father brutally sexually abused my mother, and my mother was a horrible caretaker, and I put those ideas of childhood and they affected me. That's what this really means. To know how you are fucked up, to really understand it, then you are not mad. It's still affecting you, it's still a part of you, but by then you have moved past it, and it's no longer controlling you, You are your own master at that point. That's what it really should fucking mean. Now, like, Hitler, like, I don't think I'm mad.
I think these three fuckheads are fucked up.
Like Hitler's in jail saying, he's writing his Mein Kampf. I'm like, no, this is totally logical thing to do. There's nothing inhumane about this. No, fuck you. That's not real. That's not how it works. Okay, we're not endorsing Mein Kampf. Although I still want to have the speeches. My life's mission now is to get video documents of all of Hitler's speeches because I want to collect them all.
What about the ones without like the camera part? How do you find those?
Anything. Look, I just want Hitler's voice in my house. Okay.
I think there's only one place you can find all of them, and it's like one museum in Germany.
I know, and it fucking pisses me off. I wanted to have this collection because he was a great speaker, And one day I was looking through, and I'm like, wait, I know, I remember the angry ranting and shit, and I'm trying to find it. I couldn't find any videos, and I was pissed off. That's my tangent.
Yeah, but it's like the thing with madness is that, like, generally, it doesn't really matter whether you think you're mad or you don't think you're mad. I don't think that makes a difference. It's that Mad Max quote from Fury Road. Is like, sometimes I wonder who's mad, me or everyone else. But really, the answer doesn't fucking matter, right?
Because you're too busy trying to not get run over or strapped to the car that runs you over?
Right. Which is what everybody tries to do one way or another, right?
Yeah, that's true. Don't want to be tied to Cannibal's motor car. Definitely. That's the thing I'm going to worry about tomorrow when I wake up.
Flamethrower guitar, all that. I love that fucking movie. But that's besides the point. That's
like the crazy person is always calling everyone insane. I mean...
No,
where do you draw the line between
here's the thing. Here's the thing. We're all fucking crazy, right?
No, I'm not.
No, but here's the thing. Is the person who identifies the craziness of everyone that crazy one? I don't fucking think so.
No, that's just the person
because
crazy person.
There's a lot of things about our current lives that are absurd. Fuck therapists. That are fucking absurd. Right? Our current societal structure is absurd. If you think about it logically, that shouldn't be a
Get the
thing.
fedora back. Get the fedora back.
That should not be a thing. Okay? That should not be a thing. But it is, and that's what's insane. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's fucking absurd. Right?
Right, let's rename the channel to the Salt Skeptic.
We're smoking salts right now.
By the way, there's a lot of people.
The creationist grinder.
The
There's a lot of
creation
people-
is.
There's a few people in the comments who are debating if Arasan's wearing pants, and the going theory is he never does.
How do you know any of us are wearing pants? How do you know that Ralo isn't like naked right now? Just like
Yeah, it
No,
could be
no,
comfortable.
No.
Jacking it right now.
I haven't sent it. That's the difference. I legally do not confirm or deny anything.
yes, you plead the fifth.
I played the fifth.
It's a thing now. If you plead the fifth, you have to smack your fucking table. Smack the table. Thank
Well,
you.
in today's society, what constitutes a pants? Is it just a leg cover?
You
Or is it-
listen. You here? Listen.
That's an actual like great topic though.
No. Let me put it in a way Trillian would accept and tolerate.
Okay.
But what do you mean by pants? And what do you mean by society?
Don't
Oh,
Peterson.
God.
Oh,
Do not Jordan Peterson. it.
the deck, for God's sake!
You know, the
Going
archetype
full-
of the pants is a common archetype amongst young males in the northwest Canadian region.
Pants are like in some societies, pants are worn over the head, while in others, I think they're referred to as shirts under that context. It's just going full meta on it.
You know what I really hate? The pants where like the crotch is like lowered and it's just like hanging. I hate those fucking things. Because like, where are your legs in this? And I always think of that cursed image of someone saying, "Hey, this is what Aladdin looks like," and they show him like the cartoon Aladdin, and without the pants, but except his legs fill the entire space.
You go on Facebook too much.
Fucking.
Didn't your aunts share you that post? Come on.
It's, it's just the internet, man. It's the internet. You know. It's,
No, the only expression and manifestation of the Aladdin story that I accept as canon is the one that you showed me, Arasan.
Yes. Why are you yelling at me? What did I do?
That one, if you guys didn't watch it, like, you know what, Arasan, find it and link it in the fucking thing.
Alright.
Because that is, like, that's Lovecraftian horror, all right? When you see that, you're like, the unknown overwhelms me.
what the
It's
fuck?
one of these things that you watch, like, it's like, it's a statement of modern sentiment to the lack of, our existential dread. It's one of these things that you watch and it's supposed to be funny, but you're like, it's
You
one of
mean
these
like
things.
like a Goofy being tried in court, or the "Don't Be Creative" video?
I'll fucking do it again.
The one that makes me uncomfortable is the Bugs Bunny one. That one was well done.
Oh, yes. Oh, that was. You know, there are worse ones than that. That was like kind of mild when it comes to that kind of category of things. Yeah.
I assume these are one of these things that different things touch different people very differently, and it's like, it's
Especially
about,
the
what's,
funny. Definitely touches in places.
like, if you have a little bit of Tumblr in you, yeah, the Bugs Bunny hits different, right?
Yeah, if you want to watch, right? Bugs Bunny. So that's it. Come on, Arasan.
Yeah, I'm finding
Also,
it.
where the fuck am I gonna click for this? I don't know.
It's gonna show up in the comments. It should be on your right, where people talk.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right. Well, that was weird. this is a fucking thing. But yeah, after Arasan says the video, we're gonna have to wrap it up for today. I am very tired.
Weak bitches. I sleep at 3 a.m.
Yeah, congratulations. I don't sleep. It's like I pass out. That's what's happening right now. I'm like, what? It's 8. I should stream. Oh shit, I'll be an hour late. Oh well, I guess. Just that, multiply it by the entire week. That's where I'm at right now. Wait.
Gabandi, pick a question, man. Pick one, honestly.
What do you guys take on Israel relationship with no salary in November and the
Gabandi is like the fucking Arabs. They're like at like a convention, and they're like, "Oh, please, people, we have only enough one question per person." There's one fucking Arabic bitch with the like, that English is his first language, asks like fucking 15 questions, and I'm like, "Fuck you, man. We only have so much time." And I know you're not good at English, but at least understand what the guy was saying in the beginning.
No, second, I'm trying to find it from the deep web.
Deep web.
How did you access the deep web without the fedora? How did you do that?
Oh yeah, is it a requirement now? Is it like a rite of passage?
I posted it in the comment. It's basically, for context, it's an Aladdin knockoff that's made in Germany, but they speak in English, if you can even call that English, and it's one of those things that are so bad, it developed a life on its own. Like, you have to watch it.
It's one of these, again, it gives you existential dread. The fact that that's a thing. That
kind of reminds me of a random thing. A friend of mine once told me about this the show he was watching. He's like, all the casts were people with Down syndrome, okay? And when he was watching them talk, and he found this on YouTube randomly, it's like a soap opera, Days of Our Lives kind of thing, and all the people, literally everyone, Down syndrome, and he's listening to them talk, and he's like, man, I feel really bad for them. They maybe there's something wrong with them developmentally. They can't speak English or anything, and he realized no, it's not gibberish. They're just speaking fucking like Swedish or some shit. He didn't know what it was, and there's this one scene that he could not stop laughing. It's like this woman with her mother, although you wouldn't really tell because they're both the same size. They're sitting down at the clinic, and it's like a Planned Parenthood thing. And she's pregnant, okay, but she's not married. And she's like, "Don't worry, girl, it's going to be okay," with subtitles. And then the girl says, "But what if it comes out normal?" Oh my god! You get
what?
It? He's like, "Yo, what if it comes out?" This is literally, I watched it. I'll find the link somewhere. Okay? She literally is like, "What if it comes out normal?" And it's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it!" And this is a real show.
This is
in the country.
Dude, this is built like an r/Ghost comments post.
This is real TV. Real TV, I'm serious. This was aired in the fucking country that I forgot where it's from. I will link it in Discord, okay?
There's some East European crap right there. Slovakia probably did.
Born This Way. I think it's called Born This Way.
Oh, it's called Born This Way. That's so perfect.
I'll try to find it if it is this.
Okay, I'm dying. Okay, one second.
No, sorry. No, wrong one. That's something else. But no, I will find this. Wait, no.
What do you mean that's not something else? Now I'm curious.
No, it's not. Okay, I'll find it. I will find it and I'll send it in Discord.
Join our Discord, ladies and gentlemen. You get this all the time, every time.
70% of the time it works every time. I'm a boomer.
Oh god.
Okay, I need to breathe. Yoga.
He's doing guys, it's okay. He's doing the laughing yoga. My name is whatever. And I have breast cancer. Actually, I'm gonna link that video.
Okay, I'm crying.
Hold on, laughing yoga, breast cancer. This is probably.
Okay. I'm calm. We're calm.
Let's get this guy to bed ASAP.
Oh, God.
Okay. We're gonna have to wrap up the stream. Arasan, you put the video on the Discord. Everybody join the Discord.
Oh, God. I think we broke the limb. I think not even the fedora can save us all.
Okay, I'm ending it. Before I die, okay? Thank you guys for showing up. Fuck you, Yasha. I saw you trying to sneak it in there. And Koreans, you are dead. You are what's the plague that's wrecking us?
Wait till your niece starts getting into K-pop. Just wait for
No,
that.
you are cursed. You are an abomination. Okay, I'm clicking off. See you guys.
Subscribe, join Discord.